Okay, yeah, I think it was more than 37 degrees. You just told me warm, you didn't tell me the exact temperature. I took them out of the oven. This is how they look right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are making JAGODZIANKI and rosół, but that is something I've already started making, so like I'm not gonna give you the step-by-step. I can just tell you how I did it. But if you want a more in-depth video where I make some Polish food, then you can just let me know. So let's go make JAGODZIANKI. Okay, so first things first, I like to assemble my ingredients like very systematically. So we're just gonna make some space for this. I'm gonna show you. I'm just moving some stuff just to have some space. I need this one, the air fryer can stand on the side. Yeah, that's enough. So on the side is making my rosół, which you currently can't see, but I'm gonna show you the update later when I'm done like assembling it. Right now we're gonna need a bowl and probably another bowl. So I'm just gonna have to wash the second bowl and we can start. Okay, so we're gonna take this and then we're gonna warm some milk in it. So now you see down on my table, I'm putting this here and we have to warm 200 milliliters. Almost there. We're gonna put on 7. Wait till it starts simmering a little bit. This is where we're gonna assemble the yeast mix. It's a yeast mixture, obviously. So we're just gonna put this here and then we're gonna assemble the ingredients. In here I have dry yeast, vanilla sugar, and I think that's the only things I need from this list. I will obviously need flour. I'm just gonna do a mix between fine flour and all-purpose because I am doing this gluten-free. We're also gonna need psyllium husk, which I put somewhere in here. Psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is like a replacement for gluten because we're doing gluten-free. Okay, so something just happened to me that has never happened to me before. I literally just poked a hole in the sugar. That is crazy. So we're gonna have to find a container for it now. So now that my messy ass has gotten the sugar into a bag, we're gonna make out 1 teaspoon of sugar in this bowl, in which we also will add 200 milliliters of warm milk, which I see is already warm. I have a recipe in front of me because I don't like to do things without a recipe because I'm scared I'm gonna forget things. Now we're gonna measure out 7 grams of yeast. I think that's gonna be the whole packet, to be honest. And then we add the warm milk and we just mix this together. We do not whisk it, we mix it. Get it down from the sides. Now we leave this without the spoon touching inside on the side, and while that will just simmer on the side because it's gonna start like simmering weirdly, we're gonna assemble in this bowl, as you see, 300 grams of gluten-free flour. This recipe is not exactly how a normal one would be because I'm adding psyllium husk and stuff because it's gluten-free. So if you want a non-gluten-free recipe, then let me know. And then we'll mix 1 tablespoon, not teaspoon, 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk, which we will just add to the spoon. 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk. There we go. And then we're gonna add the remaining sugar because we had 1 teaspoon from the 50 grams. So we're just gonna assume that that's a few grams. So now we're gonna add the little less than 50 grams sugar, 46, and half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon would be like this. As you see, we've assembled this. Oh my god, I literally realized that I don't have more eggs left, but I see that I have 2 in a bowl left. Exactly 2 left. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 eggs. Okay, these are the eggs. We're just gonna start mixing them in the middle. Look at that. Trying not to have the flour fly at me. You know, 60 grams of melted butter. We're just gonna measure that out because we're doing this on the scale all the time. 60 grams. And that was actually the whole thing. That's actually funny. It was exactly how much I needed. Now I'm gonna have to remember that I need to buy a new one. What if the yeast mixture didn't bubble on the side? I added 7 grams because one pocket is a little more than 7 grams, but you told me to add 7 grams, so I added only 7. Okay, yeah, I think it was more than 37 degrees. You just told me warm, you didn't tell me the exact temperature. Okay. So now we're adding the yeast mixture. And then just make sure it gets all there. And then we're gonna mix this into a dough. Okay, so 300 grams of flour was not enough because it's still very runny, so we're just gonna keep adding flour until we get that perfect thickness. It's supposed to be sticky and thick. And we're about to reach that level. I see. Almost there. Just a little bit more. There. Now this batter is very sticky and very thick. I'm thinking we add just a little bit more to be sure. Like that. And then we're gonna go leave it for rising. I'm just gonna get the rest of the spoon. Want to keep everything. Yep. There we go. Now we're gonna cover this with paper towels. And we're gonna leave it at a warm spot to rise. I wanted a warm, dry spot, so we're turning on the stove on about just a little low heat. The stove is on like 1, and next to it is the yeast dough, so we're gonna let it rise for an hour, I think. Yeah. Hey Siri, set a timer for an hour and call it dough rising. Now, while that is happening, we are going to mix the filling. So we're gonna go put these spoons in the sink. There we go. So we are gonna use some blueberries. I use these. Doesn't really matter which ones you use. You can use like from the woods for all I care. Just pour these in. In this we have about 125 grams. We are missing half, but you know, whatever. Now we're pouring out 3 tablespoons of sugar, closing the bag, and we're gonna need 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Like this. A bit more. There. And just mix these together. The cornstarch will make sure that like the blueberry filling is not gonna pour out. I think I will hit this door before the dough is done rising so that I can get more blueberries because this is a bit too little. But we will see. Okay guys, so I got more blueberries. Yeah. So it ended up being 140, but I think that's gonna be fine. We're just gonna mix this together. These are gonna be good. Okay. Now we're adding the rest into the fridge. This one's empty, so we're just gonna throw in the trash. Sorry. Everything is now ready to make the JAGODZIANKI, and the rosół is currently in process. I can show you. In this one, we have rosół. There's some parsley root, there's some celery root, some parsley leaves, some celery leaves, there's carrots, there's burnt onion, and different types of things. And that is cooking together with the chicken now. So that is going great. I actually think it's kind of time to have a taste. Taste test, guys. Testing rosół water. Just tested, it's good, but we need more salt. I do believe there's a bit too much carrot in there, which is my fault. Oops. But it's looking good. Okay, so we're gonna put some macaroni or spaghetti inside of this water. Cook up some. Just putting it on the scale. Co ty grasz, Nikolaj? Aha. Mama! Mama! Better lighting, easier to see. So I'm gonna cook some water in the boiling kettle. Ta-da! Okay, so we have the dough ready. It didn't rise that much, but I'm not surprised. Sometimes this might be my first recipe fuck up actually of gluten-free. I'm not sure yet. I'm just coating in sunflower oil, and just putting it out here. I got a soft dough. Now this looks good. I'm just gonna sweep the gloves off quickly, and I'm gonna get ready a baking tray where we're gonna put each of the buns. Just putting it down here on the ground. You can't see it, but I can, and that's the only thing that matters. Do as so. Put this dough here, and we're gonna take a little piece. I'm gonna flatten it out. I think this is too small. I think we're gonna grab a bigger one. There. You grab this piece, and we flatten it out. Just like so. And then we're gonna take this bowl of blueberries filling and take one small spoon like this. Add a little bit more. There. And then we're gonna close it. Close it up like this. Ooh. There we go. Moment of truth. Whole piece of chicken. Yeah. Gonna wrestle it out of here. There. So to assemble the final suit, we're gonna add parsley leaves. There. Now, looks like the oven is ready to rumble. So we're gonna put in the JAGODZIANKI. Set a 30-minute timer for buns. Great. Now we're gonna drink. Yeah, totally. We're gonna get some rosół. Okay, so I do see that the cornstarch did not work on some of the buns because they are leaking like heavily. As you see in there, they're halfway through now with time. So I'm hoping these turn out great. But I see that they're leaking on every single one of them now actually. But I see 2 of them are not leaking, so it might be the way I assembled them. But maybe they'll look better if they have some dripping blueberry on them. So we'll see. I took them out of the oven. This is how they look right now. Really? I might be doing myself extremely dirty by doing what I'm doing now because I took the smallest one, but I'm just gonna crack it open. Look at that. I'm gonna taste it. These are like extremely fresh out of the oven, so they might be a little raw. I'm rating them 6 out of 10, maybe 7, because they are good, but I think they could be sweeter. Because I like very sweet stuff, so maybe that's why. So if I would not like sweet stuff, I think I'd give this a 9 out of 10 because I think I can still change the recipe and make them even better. So today was my attempt at making JAGODZIANKI. They look like cookies because they didn't rise in the oven, which is because they're gluten-free and also because I messed up a little bit with the yeast. Because I was cooking at the same time and I lost my ability. So yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoyed my chaotic cooking, half fail, half success. And I'll see you next Friday. Peace out.